Ooh-wee. We live in this thing, and I'm already tempted to jump in one of my favorite shorts. Got me licking my chops here in Breakout Prop. But anyways, we got a big one. What's popping, y'all? This is the come up with your boy Cassius Cuvée. Sunday fun day. You know, every time I'm on this thing, it's live and we get it in, man. I already had a big morning this morning, man. Shout out to the Profit Circle. You know what I mean? A lot of setups, man. We're in there 7 days a week, and I gotta say, you know, that 800% win I got this morning is not every day, but I will say every day, multiple times a day, we do have setups in the Profit Circle that could potentially be big winners like that. So shout out to the Profit Circle as always, man. Got it just right off the top, man. Hold it down for my man Blueberry, killing it in the Profit Circle. The guy has got more setups. I swear, he go one after another, and you know, I just won one this morning when I woke up. I closed it out. I got in it yesterday, and then I got another trade, one that I called out, and we're gonna go over all of that today. We're gonna let everybody join. We just got in here. Kalichi's in the house. Jesse's in the house. First one, shout out Jesse. We got all set in the house, man. He says we're bullish till we ain't. I feel you. So everyone vote in the poll. You feel me? And man, let's get it popping. Man, the charts are going crazy. I'm gonna tell you what I'm looking at right here in Moondeg. This is one of my favorites. I have it right here in Breakout Props. One of these ones that I got this low liquidity. I'm licking the chops. I want to short it. It's one of my favorite shorts. But man, before we get started here, I'm gonna let everybody join. I'm gonna throw a throwback video real quick. Now this song is called In Real Life, and the reason why I want to play this music video throwback is because, first of all, this is the first full-length crypto music video I ever did. I guess you could say I Know was the first one in 2022. I dropped that on CNBC, and but this was the first one with all the crypto community in it. It's called In Real Life because I'm a real one, and we're gonna be talking about getting real. That's why the thumbnail says the truth hurts. I'm gonna get real with you, but the thing is, the truth doesn't have to hurt. The truth can get you paid. So while we will everybody join, we're gonna play this one throwback video for a few minutes. Let everybody get up in here. It's called In Real Life by your boy Cassius Cuvée.
I stepped off the jet, go straight to rock a show for my people. Decentralized social, met the founder of DISA. Pop a bunch of bottles, party all night long. The next day, me and D. Marie recorded a song. I'm just a boy from the Bay, what more can I say? Went to NFTLA and stayed for more than a day. Met Austin and Aaron at the VIP, checking with the best crypto news show. You gotta respect them. Special shout out to Devin and Rich reppin' Superworld. We went to a party, met a real life Supergirl. Whenever I seen Kyla, she was always smiling. She be lighting up the praise booth without even trying. I done came a long ways from the days when I was struggling. A crab in the bucket, then mad when they was rugging them. But now I flip the script, take a trip, and we could have a ball. And hit the strip with more drip than Niagara Falls. I met a chick so thick it's no refusing her. She told me that this Web3 life is seducing her. She want me to feel her confidence to the fullest. I'm like altcoin daily, baby, always bullish. Now, if you get with me, then baby, we gon' see if you meant to be in the lifestyle. If you get with me, then baby, we gon' see if you meant to be in the lifestyle. In real life, in real life,
In Real Life. Your boy Cassius Cuvée.
in real life, in real life.
Let everybody join here, and we're gonna get back into it.
In real life. Shout out to my DJs who mostly getting richer. You should tag them, cause they don't waste their time posting pictures. I met founders like Reggie, pioneers like Jim Jordan. Israel told me who were early and important. I seen them in LA, then at Bitcoin Miami. Kicked it with David Lynn and High Monks. They the family did a blocks to interview with Meeks, and then I'm about to be at the after party with High D on the balcony. Even in my jeans, you can see my blings. Me and Dreamer hit the scene like some DeFi kings. And investing with Annie, that's the Bitcoin queen. Or follow Stash in your bags, couldn't get more green. Miss Teen Crypto, and Wendy in real life. It feels nice, like selling the top of a hill twice. I chill.
That was the first moment I ever met Miss Teen Crypto. A little trivia right there, Cassius Cuvée trivia. Bitcoin bestie. Shout out Kayla Love, she threw the hackathon last weekend.
Across the sandbox from Uncle Snoopy. Subscriber count is kinda low, but it ain't nothing to me. Still live this Web3 life like it's a fucking movie. If you get with me, then baby, we gon' see if you meant to be in the lifestyle. If you get with me, then baby, we gon' see if you meant to be in the lifestyle. In real life, in real life, in real life, in real life.
A bunch of people in this video, man. In real life, your boy Cassius Cuvée is really out there, man.
In real life.
I couldn't even show everybody.
Don't be fooled by the follower count on those scam ass Web2 platforms. I'm I'm verified on decentralized social
I'm verified on decentralized social media. You better believe it, man. All right, we're going to get right into it. It's your boy, Cassius Cuvée. This is the Come Up. We do it every single Sunday at noon Pacific time. And, man, we already had a big morning on some trades. I got a lot of stuff to cover today. And, obviously the market has been bearish over the last week. But, if you've been following me, you might have made some money. So, basically, what I'm trying to get you guys to do is be realistic. And that's why that song, In Real Life, is the one I wanted to play today, because I'm a real one. And here's why. I'm not getting paid by any crypto projects or any shills. They don't have any sponsors, you know what I mean? These, I got to say this, everything I say on the show is not financial advice. What you see on the screen is my affiliate partners. So they're not really sponsorships, but they're affiliate partners. So Breakout Prop and Fimex, I got to say this. If you use the Breakout Prop code or the Fimex code that you see on the screen there to create an account or to purchase an eval with Breakout Prop, I do get a commission for that. It's pretty small, but it does help out the channel. So I appreciate it if you guys do that, but also you get a discount. So there's really no point in not using it. Breakout Prop doesn't really have promotions like that. We did just have a giveaway contest that just ended as of this morning at midnight. So shout out to everybody who bought a Breakout Prop evaluation and you got entered to win here. Now, I don't actually get to do the drawing. They do it for me, right? So there's no bias or nothing. I don't know who's going to win, but there's 5 winners, and they will get an email and a congratulations certificate, and then Breakout Prop will issue you your free $10,000 evaluation. So shout out to the winners and everybody who participated in that for show. And shout out to the wave makers, man. I got to say, right off the top, the profit circle is killing them, man. It's killing them. All right, and I want to show, we got setups here. Oh, that's a little bit funky on the screen here, but join the Discord. The link is in the description of this video. I want to show you guys some of the things, though, over here, okay? So what we have is a section called Future Trades, and look, there's a new one in here right now. Blueberry, the man is killing him, bro. So he did that. He shorted that one. I won. I told him I won one of them. I won this one here. PROVE was what ticker that we won yesterday. It was a quick one, too. And, we call out the future trades. This is the one I called out this morning. And sometimes you win right away. Sometimes they take longer. Or sometimes these are the reason we call them future trades is because they're trades that we're looking at. Doesn't mean we've entered them right then. Sometimes I jumped in it real quick and then I'll put it in there. And then what we do is we discuss it over here on the market analysis to keep that one cleaner, right? So this is to the moon, right? So basically, then we go through and I'm giving my market thoughts. Sometimes I'll record an audio message or there'll be a video in here going over the market details, what happened, okay? Now, to get over here on this side, to get all of the other stuff, right now, anybody can join the general chat. All you got to do is click the link and boom, you're going to be in here. Click the invite link and you're going to be in the general chat. And I'll answer your questions in there if I see them or someone else in the group will. But the way you get this more specific, all the goodies in the alpha, is you got to become a verified wave maker. And the way you do that is by creating a Fimex account with my invite code here. So GMMNX5. It's free to create an account. The link to it is direct link is in the description of this video and all my videos. And all it does is I want to have real traders in the group. Okay. And so what happens is there's spam bots and there's also, there's always some kind of shiller or someone who might hop in just random discords, This kind of keeps out the riffraff, one little gatekeeper. So sure, anybody can get into general chat. But if you want to get all the good stuff over here, the way we keep it from getting spammed to death is it's like one little gatekeeper where it's like, look, if you're a real trader, you're going to create a Fimex account. And then from there, the bot inside of Discord up here on the welcome channel. So the welcome will explain it to you. The verify bot, you click that and you'll verify it. And then that way it verifies your user ID number from Fimex. It'll take you, then you go to free trial, sign up for WAP. It'll clearly say 365 days for free. So you can join the profit circle for free. I would do it if I were you. That's all I'm saying, Not financial advice. Nothing ever I say is financial advice, but we are calling out setups and there's a lot of winning going on in here. So we also have the wins channel. I think you can see this one for free. This is the one I did this morning. Man, that was a nice one. That was a nice one. Oh, man. Okay, so look at this. My trade right now, the one I was licking my chops moon deck, I'm going to put it on Breakout Prop. And so I have it like this, split screen. Oh, I wanted to enter this while I was talking to y'all. This short right here. I told you this is one of my favorite freaking shorts. But let me tell you why I didn't. So I'm going to show you here on Trade Review real quick, and we'll go over the rest of stuff I got on the chart. On my list here I want to read, or my notes here that I want to talk about. But check this out. So moon deck, this is the 10-minute. I didn't really want to fight this 10-minute green dot because normally what I'm looking at is I want to see a red dot on this here, right? And it's not going to come until we get some red action. this was a pretty strong move up. You want to make sure that momentum has ended first before you try and short this ticker or any ticker. But this ticker goes fast. And I'll even show you preset in Breakout Prop. I have like the amount. It's not really preset, but it's just preloaded. Like my standard 1 unit for this ticker is $4,480. Out of 100,000, that's not really that much money, right? But you could still make good money. You could always increase it or double it up as well. So, that's basically how I do it. But the reason why I wasn't super duper anxious to jump in, even though it looks like it would have been going my way right now, is because this was not really ready for the strategy. I want to make sure that this upward momentum stops by looking at down here on market cipher B. So down here, you see we don't have a red dot here on this. Now we did previously have a red dot on the 30-minute and it went away when price went up. That was before the show started. There was one here I think when this downturn was happening, right? Then we got that green candle and it disappeared. And that's what can happen. If the candle hasn't closed yet, see this says 19 minutes left. This dot is not printed yet, okay? Hey, what's up, Sorvanto? You ain't that late, but appreciate you joining. So here's the thing, right? I want to wait till this momentum completely rolls over. And I know it looks like if you look at Breakout Prop, it's like, oh, we're missing the move right here. But don't even stress it. Tickers like to have a, it might do. This particular ticker is pretty volatile, right? I'm not going to lie, right? This one, you get these kind of moves. And you know what? If you miss it, fine. Or you're gambling when you get up here, fine. To me, this line was kind of a good, just for like normal TA on the price action. This is the weekend CME gap line right here. I would have felt comfortable putting it in there, but I would have had a tight stop loss if I did. So no big deal if I miss it. But basically, I'm waiting for this momentum to turn back. I would be going against my own rule if I had entered when this was a green dot. So now we see a 10-minute dot here, but we don't have the larger time frames backing it up, right? This could so easily, it went like this. It could so easily, just keep going like this. So I'm not in a big rush here. You know what I mean? Maybe by the end of the show, we'll see what happens. And that's what I want to do. When we jump live scalping, that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm going to be looking for, it is so funny, man. Look at it on Breakout Prop. It looks like it's just tanking over here. You know what I'm saying? It looks like it's tanking on it. Happy Sunday, everybody. It looks like it's tanking, but really, this could come right back, right? Over here, it could just come right on back. Let me see if you guys can see it. Right here, it could just come right back, right? So we're looking at it on TradingView, but TradingView, I've got the 10-minute chart, and on Breakout Prop, I've got the 1-minute chart, all right? So I'm going to come back to Moonday, right? I'm waiting to see if we get, the 30-minute red dot rolling over here. If we get a 30-minute, and then after that, the 45-minute, and after that, the 1 hour, okay. Now we're going down. The only hope is it doesn't do too much down before that happens, but still, you can get the dot, and then price will retrace, and then you enter, and then you take the short. That's how it works, okay? That's the safe thing to do. We want the larger trend at our back. I can't stress you enough how many times I haven't done that, and then I regretted it. Because you'll be looking at a move just like this right here. Talking about, oh, I missed it. But oftentimes things don't go just straight down. They might, but sometimes you get a retracement. Quite often you do. So don't feel like you missed it. You need some downward pressure first. It will probably retrace, retest, right? People say retest, right? It'll probably come down, retest, and then come back down again, right? But we'll get a red dot here potentially first. And this is a 1 hour, so it'll still be going down. Or it might be, might not be that sharp. It'll probably be flatter. It'll probably be a little bit, kind of rolling over, right? But then when you zoom in on the 10-minute, you'll see it go. You'll see one of these, and then we'd enter on this one and come back down. Basically, is what you're doing. Or maybe it's down here. Maybe it's down here. So that's the general premise of what I'm looking at, what I'm looking for starting this show. And if I do jump into a short in Moondag, that's what I'll be looking for. Now, Bitcoin. I closed out another win this morning. Bitcoin. Gotta love it. So I closed it at this line here, this turquoise line right here. I entered it here. So I want to show you that on Fimex. This was in Fimex. So shout out Fimex. I'm a partner on Fimex. So we got Bitcoin up right here. This is big. These are my open trades in Fimex right now. They're all shorts. Except for this one little Bitcoin, but I closed it here. I just closed all the profit there. So let's zoom up here. So this one, I actually traded Bitcoin twice long. Friday, I went in. Friday, let me show you guys. We have the split screen for this. So Friday, I actually got into Bitcoin long Friday. A little bit of a gamble here on this bounce, right? This, we had a pretty big waterfall down. And shout out to everybody who shorted. We did well. I'm not gonna say we made a lot of money. Money is a relative statement, but like relative to what I'm trying to do, it was a good day. Okay, I could have made even more. That's what we always say, right? But I thought perhaps we would catch a quick bounce, and we did not. So I actually got out here one of these candles where it started to come back down. I took my little profit and I've been waiting. And then I said, you know what? You know what, guys? I think it was this one before bed or something. Yeah. I said, if it comes back down, I set an entry at this gold line, which was my previous entry. If it hits that again, I'll set a limit buy and I'll trigger. I don't usually like setting limit buys, but on Bitcoin, I'm not really tripping. Bitcoin, my standard is like 50x, 80x or something. So it's like, to me, this is not that much volatility. It did hit, it triggered right here, and then boom, it took off right after. So by the time, this is at 4 in the morning, right? 5 in the morning. So when I woke up, I was already green. So then I was watching it. And then so here, let me show you on Fimex. I'm gonna zoom back in on a Fimex here. So on Fimex, you can see the entry was right here. Oh, my face is covering the damn thing. Let me move this out the way. Unlock it. All right. So my face is covered. The entry was here. Let me move this over here. Right here. If you guys can see that little dot right here, crosses line, boom. Got like, you see there's the line, obviously, but that's the arrow. It did one of these. I was asleep still, right? 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. And then it came up. So then what happened was, I'm looking up here and I'm starting, we had already caught some of this. My exit was right here. And I said, look, man, I think this is rolling over. Why did I think that? Because back on TradingView, I'm looking at the 10-minute chart and I'm starting to see a bunch of these lines roll over. And I think it was here. It was on this 10-minute, or 10:20 a.m. Was that when I got out of this? Let me see. I got out of this at 10:53. So it was like, where's 10:53? Yeah, it was right here. It was on this candle. Yeah, so this red dot come over. By the time I noticed it, you know, stuff was coming back down again. I was like, man, I think this is starting to roll over. And, you know why too? Because look, I probably saw this dot coming on a 30-minute. I think I saw a red dot on the 20-minute. And I'm like, looks like we might be rolling over. And sure enough, we were kind of finding the top right there. So, you know, I took the green on that. My original take profit was up here. We didn't quite reach it. I don't know if we will reach it. I'm in the green. Sometimes you just take the money. You feel me? Okay, Jesse says currently long Cato. I don't know that ticker. We'll pull that one up in a little bit. Remind me later in the show, all right? A couple things I want to talk about, though. The difference between me and other KOLs is that, you know, I'm not a paid shill. So I get to keep it real with y'all, all right? I don't have to pretend like crypto only goes up and never comes down. It's just not how it works. I'm real. That's why I played the music video in real life, okay? And my thing says the truth hurts, but the market cannot tell a lie. Simply doesn't work that way, right? I'm one of those people who always argue that the market is never wrong. As annoying as that is, it never is. It's not how it works. Market's always right. Whatever the price shows is what the price is, all right? There's nothing we can do about it. There's no such thing as right or wrong, right? We might think in the moment it's overbought, oversold, or whatever, and that's where our opportunity comes in. But in that moment in time, that instant in time, the market is never wrong, okay? So getting emotional when price drops, it usually means you have too much risk on the table. And I tell people things like, you know, crypto has turned into a casino. If you take personal offense to that, you got a problem. Like, that means your emotions are too much attached to this. The market doesn't care about your emotions. The market doesn't care. Listen, cognitive dissonance works on social media. It doesn't work with your broker. Okay, let me say that again. Cognitive dissonance works on social media. It doesn't work with your broker. All right? They don't care. Your bottom line is all that matters. All right? So that's why I have to be the sobering voice here to keep it real. Hopium is not an investment strategy. All right? So vote in the poll. If you think that, you know, we're at all-time high, I mean, if we've already seen the top of Bitcoin this cycle, if we're going to have another pump, maybe fourth quarter or whatever. I say, I've been on record saying I think there's a 75% chance that we've already seen the top. It's too hard to say 100% in any direction to me because, like, anything can happen, man. Weird news can happen. We've had so many announcements, so we had a lot of bullish news, and crypto just can't keep pumping. You know what does keep pumping? You want me to show you what does keep pumping? This. The NASDAQ, but even that's finally started to take a breather. Are we going to see some sideways chop on the NASDAQ? Look at this ticker. QQQ. This is the NASDAQ 100. This is the most relentless pump the NASDAQ has ever had, like in the past, like 40 years. This second most, only after COVID, if you're counting from the bottom of way down here. Trust me, that's not normal, okay? Even these crazy pumps we've had this long, this fast, not normal. Eventually, there's going to be a pullback, and unfortunately, crypto gets massacred when that happens. And people are trying to figure out, well, how come, you know, we only had a couple of red days in stocks, but Bitcoin tanked? And I'm like, bro, unfortunately, and this is Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the strongest ticker. What about all the rest, right? Well, here's one thing. Total 3, which is the total crypto market, minus Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stablecoins, you know, it kind of came up and hit support. You know what I'm saying? It kind of came right up here and bounced off support and resistance. I should say support and resistance, SR, right? I like to make the SR lines white. So it bouncing off of here is not like really a good sign. Doesn't mean it can't bounce and come back higher. It could. It could. So here's my question, right? This is my question to everybody out there, to all the crypto folks out there, right? For me, when I say I'm 75% sure I think that we've seen the top of this cycle, my question to you is, if you don't believe that, let's say you're 75% sure that we have not seen the top of this cycle, what is the thing that invalidates that for you? And put it in the chat. For me, it invalidates it if we make a new all-time high. It wouldn't be here on the total 3. I'm talking Bitcoin, even though a lot of us trade altcoins, right? We have our altcoin bags long-term, and I'm about to get into the strategy that I referenced on the thumbnail. But we're looking at Bitcoin here. I sold so much of it right here in my long-term bag at 123. It came back. I was surprised it did, but you know what? It did kind of look like a double pump. But look how it came all the way back down. We tried to make this run. A lot of people thought we would come back and breach 119 again. We didn't. And that's why I'm like even more bearish now than I was back then. I'm not hella bearish. I don't think Bitcoin's going to tank. That's not what I mean. I'm just saying, to push us back up here, my question has always been this, for the people who want like $10,000 Ethereum and stuff. If we got the NASDAQ continuing to be this bullish and crypto struggles, what has to happen in order to make crypto and the NASDAQ pump to the moon? I mean, crypto and Ethereum, Bitcoin and Ethereum pump to the moon, like to make new all-time highs again. It would take a lot. Could that a lot happen? Could the NASDAQ keep pumping? It could. But I promise you this. If the NASDAQ falls, Bitcoin and crypto is going to fall too. Even a couple days and you see how bad it gets hit. We've seen this so many times. That is ring true this whole entire cycle. And kind of like All Set said in the chat, it's one way until it ain't no more. You know what I mean? Well, that's how I feel about this. The NASDAQ is going to lead until it doesn't no more. You got to show me another reason it doesn't lead. It's so far it's been leading. So that's what I'm looking at here. So here's the strategy, okay? So if you're like me and you've been holding to your altcoin bags for an eternity, it feels like, since 2021 or something, right? We're probably underwater on most of them. What can you do, right? Stuff is still pumped up. This is total 3, right? On the daily. Stuff is still pumped up right now, right? We're back sitting near all-time highs of total 3. So a lot of your coins are probably high. Maybe they're not all-time highs or whatever. There's a few tickers that kind of outweigh that. But if you're not at all-time highs right now, you're sitting here and you got a little pullback. This is what you can do, all right? So this is the strategy. So everybody, I hope you're paying attention here. This is the strategy, okay? You could take you can make these math numbers however you want to, but let's just say you take 10% of your chips off the table. You've raised some cash now, right? You cut off 10%, you take profit on 10%, or even if you don't take profit. Utilize that money to do a 10x leverage short, okay? So just in case, you know, that 10x leverage short, if you do a 10x leverage short, it's like a hedge, okay? And guess what? If I'm wrong and everything goes back up to the moon and we start seeing some crazy 10x's and shit, you're not really going to care. In fact, that's what you want to have happen, because 80%, 90% of your bags are still going to be pumping. So at least you took some chips off the table. But let me tell you what also is going to happen. If the opposite happens and this does one of these and all of a sudden we're in a bear market before you know it, you just left all this money on the table and you took no profit at all and you got no get back at all. So the strategy is essentially hedge your bets. And guess what? TradFi, they do it all the time. They hedge all the time. That's why it's called a hedge fund, okay? So that's one of the things that I definitely think that you guys should give a try to. All right. Now, is the chat out there? Seems like something dropping off. Did the stream mess up here? All right, let me look up this ticker real quick. KAITO for Jesse. Put it on TradingView. I usually trade on Fimex, so I'm going to try to find it on Fimex here. There we go. Now, Jesse, if you either say something in the chat. All right, not messed up. Okay, so here we are. KITO. All right. And now it's pumping like crazy right now. You can see it going up right now on the daily here. So let's see here. Okay, so here's the thing, right? I've been saying in the profit circle a lot, like the squeeze coins are gonna squeeze, all right? This looks like one of those, right? It moves kind of not steady, and then boom, you catch this, steady, and boom, catch this. usually these end up dumping if there's no reason for it to continue. I don't know anything about this ticker, right? I don't know why it's pumping or whatever the case may be, if there was some news. But when I look at such a sharp move up like this, unless you think this is one of these runs, and it's also, by the way, been trending down, right, Jesse? It's been trending down, right? This is not like this is, you know, the long-term trend since February 25 has been down, right? We had another pump in May. So, you know, I don't have high hopes for this all of a sudden becoming this, right? Like, I don't really know why I would do that unless there was some news I don't know about, which is possible. It's also why we use stop losses, okay? For me, this would probably be on the short list, the one we might want to short, because it's been bearish, and you know, it's down, 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 and now we're getting an outperformance to the upside. Now, this is more of a bankroll management strategy than just like a general trading strategy overall, but you can apply some of the same strategies that we use by looking at market cipher B, right? It's been bullish all weekend, like so many, by the way. There's been a lot of bullish tickers, even though Bitcoin was sideways. To me, those are a good chance for Wile E. Coyote. If you guys don't know what Wile E. Coyote is, this is a Wile E. Coyote trade where the ticker, these altcoins don't know that they're supposed to fall. They get up over their skis. All right. So, you know, sometimes these go up over their skis and all of a sudden beep, beep. And then they, you know, unfortunately they do one of these. And by the way, that is exactly what happened this morning on Hi-Fi. I caught that 800% move. So, I don't know, Jesse, you know what I mean? But what I'm looking at is some of these things we're starting to see lose momentum to the upside and price going sideways. You know, you got to be careful. I would be careful on position sizing. Okay, so let's see. Governance, it says artificial intelligence, base ecosystem, Binance holder airdrops. Yeah, all the usual stuff. I mean, you know, at this point, I've heard it all before. The other reason why I played that music video for you guys from 2022 is to show you I've been in the game for so long, I've heard it all before. All right? Like, I've heard it all before. Price is king, though. There's nothing you can do about that. Price doesn't really care about all that other shit. It cares for, like, 48-hour stops. You feel me? So, you know, for me, this is why I'm looking to short when I see the momentum goes down. So I'm gonna zoom in, zoom out a little bit. The 1 hour, right? We've had a lot of false signals on the 1 hour here. Okay, so the 1 hour ain't it. What's the 2 hour doing? Even some false signals on the 2 hour. It's still been bullish. Okay, what about the 3 hour? Right? So this is how I would go through it. This is how I would go through it, Jesse. I would go through it. I'm like, man, because I want to know if we're getting false signals. Like, what is the true wave that is giving me a real indication of the cycles of this coin? A little bit harder to see as you start zooming out, and then we're having an anomaly right now. You have to be careful. Honestly, no matter what you do on a ticker like this, I wouldn't have a huge position size, okay? This is applicable to all the stuff we talk about all the time. So 4 hour, okay, finally. So on the 4 hour, we didn't have any false flags in the 4 hour. The 4 hour is playing true to itself, right? It kind of works in 4 hour waves. If you look, I'm looking at price action along with this. 4 hours kind of legit, right? And we're going through a full cycle of the 4 hour. We just now got a red dot on this, and that would make me believe, especially timing, seeing that it's Sunday, right? These tickers, I don't know how many weekends all summer where the pump and dump happens on a Monday, it happens on a Friday, and then by Sunday, Funday, or Monday, everything tanks, right? And now I think it's starting to front run that a little bit more. But we're looking at this red dot now on a 4 hour. That's more legit than a 2 hour, 3 hour, or 1 hour. You know what I'm saying? So now maybe you might get a retrace. So now we zoom in. So now let's say we zoom into the 10 minute now, right? We're looking at the sideways chop while this 10 minutes going down. If I were going to short it, this is just like me if I was going to play it, right? I'd have my initial starter size unit, whatever that is. For me, it might be $500 on this, right? I would look for some kind of up here and then short it like here. You know, so I want to see maybe I'd miss it. I don't like trading off sideways, though. I do want to tell you that. When something's going sideways, I get burnt more times than I don't, unless you have a high enough stop loss. But then how high do you put it on a ticker like this been pumping all weekend? Ain't no telling, right? So you got to watch your position sizing. But also, I'd rather wait. You got to watch it is the answer to that, Jesse. We got to watch. We want to see if we get one scam wick up like this one, you know what I'm saying? If we caught this one, you know, then you short it here, you know, at that level. That would be nice. You know, if you get one big wick up and you kind of catch a short here, right? If you do set a limit buy, those are risky on these, but you got to have a stop loss, a pretty tight one. It's really tough. You feel me? But my point is, I'm thinking this is ready to roll over because I'm looking at this 4 hour red dot. You know, that's running out of gas. 3 hour has a red dot. 2 hour has a red dot. 1 hour has a red dot. You get what I'm saying? But now finally the big 4 hour. And it's I mean, this has been a big ass move. Let's see how big it moves. So you go to ruler tool, come here. You know, this move was 49%. Up 42% still. You know what I'm saying? Like, it taking a breather is not inconceivable, right? You're up. Okay. Oh, shoot. You're up, so you're winning the shit? Well, then, man, take the money. If you went long it, bro, take some cash off the table. That's okay. So I'm going to show you this in the reverse now. So this morning, just this morning, the ticker that I won on the short squeeze and then the short was Hi-Fi. Okay, and I called it out in the profit circle as soon as I woke up. I called it yesterday, took a look at it as soon as I woke up. Booyah! Here we go. So yeah, you could take some profit and set stop. You can also move your stop loss into profit. So here's what I did. And look, I'm already glad I did too, because, so let me show you on Fimex. So I traded this on Fimex. I'm going to show the both one, right? So that's Breakout Prop. Let me show you on Fimex. Here we go. Fimex Trading Group. So on Fimex, let me go back to that one. Hi-Fi. Now I have a moonbag short is what I have on Hi-Fi, right? So you can see here, let me make this just a little bit bigger for Fimex here. So you can see here, I got in, so hell of a thing. The arrows disappear sometimes on Fimex. So freaking annoying. I don't know why they do that. I started a starter position somewhere like here or something, and then I did one more like here. And then, I mean, listen, I got kind of lucky on this one, but this happens though. In fact, this happened last night. It happened like here, actually way down here. When I first started, like, this seemed like one of these seemed like a massive waterfall last night. I think it was like this one or this one. It was this one. This is when I first looked at it. And look how high it went up. So I had a tight ass stop loss, which got triggered like here. And then when I wake up in the morning, the thing has gone up to like super duper ridiculous, which is why you always have to have a stop loss on these squeeze coins, because ain't no telling. Now, also just real quick, I had looked at it already in the past. So my TA up here on the price chart, I set an alert like here, somewhere here. I think because I was looking at like, let me see, I was probably looking at the 8 hour. Oh yeah, I was looking at the 8-hour chart. And I set an alert like here. And my alerts went, let me see, well, I got an alert on it. It wasn't this one, it was one, maybe it was this one. Well, logs, let me go to logs. I had gotten an alert at 6:47 in the morning, right? So 6:47 in the morning, I got an alert, and it had done this crazy spike up, right? And so this, I'm looking at TradingView right now. So when this spike up happened, and I got that alert, it's like right after I woke up, I saw the alert. I was like, oh, this is worth a revisit, you know? So then you zoom in and see, damn, it went crazy, you know? And so that's how I ended up jumping in this short. And, I was able to ride it, play it pretty well. And then I got lucky. Boom, it fell off a cliff. But this is when we talk about the escalator up and the elevator down, or the stairs up and the elevator down. This is it, okay? And this is the elevator down right here on Fimex, right? So what I did, and I put it in the profit circle. Hold on a second, because I showed the chart in the profit circle, and you can see the arrows on there. I want to show you guys that real quick and see if we can see it here. The general chat, was it? Oh, that's the win. Hold on, the wins channel. I showed the arrow. So, okay, can you see these arrows? See it? I don't know why Fimex hasn't disappeared. So these arrows is where I got in, and then this arrow is where I got out. Oh, let me go to market analysis channel. So on market analysis, I show all the times you can see. So this is all set. I mean, Jesse, this is what I was talking about, taking some profit along the way. This first waterfall came, and I was like, bruh, I got to take half off the table. It was too good of a win, too quick. And I kind of had a bigger position than I really wanted to. And so I just took 50% out right here. Whatever happens after this, I'm a winner now. I made up for any little losses I tried to get in and out when I was trying to, get in and out. I was a winner, period, here. But I didn't know if it was going to do some crazy bounce up. So then when it came down here again, boom, can you see that arrow? Boom, I took another 50%. And I was like, damn, they got a moon bag. And I had my take profit for the whole entire thing almost here. And then boom, it went down here. I was like, dang, we almost hit my take profit that fast. So I watched it these are the 1 minute charts. So I watched it on a couple of candles, and I was like, man, I'm taking another half of it off. And now it's a for show moon bag. I don't even have any more any sort of a actual stop loss. I mean, a take profit anymore. Making money in both ways. You damn right, Jesse. So I don't know why my arrows don't show up here, but that last arrow was right here, okay? So it turns out so far, so good. I was right. My overall take profit was like here or something. But now, if you scroll down here on Hi-Fi, where is it here? You see I made, all this is banked, bro. All this is whatever. Then also I moved my stop loss. I could probably move it down even more. My stop loss is here, right? I'll move it even to here, we'll call it. So now my stop loss is in the profit, okay? So no matter what, so if I click on here, my stop loss is still making me profit. That's positive, you see? So now if it wants to do some crazy squeeze again, which it might, I'll just get stopped out, no big deal, I won. You see what I mean? I won it 3 times, 4 times. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even tripping. If it wants to, let me come back to TradingView. If it wants to come all the way back down again, because if I look at it like on the daily chart or something, like this ticker might come all the way back down to here or something. I've got like alerts set. Let me look at it hourly. I've got like alerts set. Like if this hits again, I'm going to take another look at it. I might just close the whole thing, or maybe it'll come back all the way down for where it started this weekend. I don't know. Maybe it'll take a week to get there. Maybe it'll take 2 days. I don't know. It's like a moon bag, like I said, so I'm not really tripping now. But basically, don't be afraid to take some chips off the table. So yeah, I promised I'd go over this high-fi trick. I made 800%, you know what I'm saying, in an hour and some change, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't always happen this fast, but we usually we hit them kind of big within a day, you know? If you watch this is why I like the market analysis channel in the Profit Circle, because I'm going back and forth with like Blueberry and some trades he won and a trade I won, and he's talking about how he got out of it. He was watching and he, he's like, man, I saw this little dip. I got out of it because we were trying to short it was Alpine or something. I can't remember which one it was now, but we got in and out of it, and he got in and out of it twice, and it worked for him because it would have gone and punched him in the face. But he took his profit when he saw it, and then he saw that a momentum wave started going against him. And look, even me too, right? I saw that high five going. I'm glad I got out when I got out. I got out like down here. So, there's nothing wrong taking a profit on these, especially these squeeze coins. I call them squeeze coins. These ones just squeeze out of nowhere, bro. You got to take the green when you're looking at it because ain't no telling what might happen to you. All right, real quick, let's go back to Moondag to see if I want to jump in this short here. So what are we looking at? The 30-minute? 30-minute has a red dot now. Dun, 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 dun. And look, we got a little bit of a retracement. So now I'm going to look at, but see, this is why I didn't have to panic and chase. Look at it on Breakout Prop right here, just since we've been talking. Okay? This is the 1-minute chart on Breakout Prop, right? And I'll put this on like the 10-minute chart here. It looked like this was going to drop right here. I'm looking at TradingView right now, right? Like this is Breakout Prop. It looked like this was going to just like go straight down, but it actually came up and retraced a little bit, which is what normally happens. And now the little sideways action is giving me this red dot here in the 30-minute. Something like that. I almost want to try. I almost want to enter it right now. Normally I like to wait for the 1-hour trend, but I'm also looking at things like this, like literally the size of the candle is something I'm looking at. Like this downward candle is bigger than any of the other downward candles in this trend on this 1 hour. Or even we'll say even on the 30-minute, right? We got 2 in a row. We did have it here. We did have it here, and that wasn't enough to slow it down. So now this is where I'm going to cross-reference Bitcoin. Okay, is Moondag kind of trading with Bitcoin, but a little bit better? Well, Bitcoin's kind of strong. Bitcoin's turned out to be kind of strong. Well, it's good in the sense that if I want to short Moondag, it's relatively bearish compared to Bitcoin. But however, with Bitcoin this strong, maybe it'll move a little bit higher before I want to enter my short, which is why I like waiting on that 1 hour because we might get another bounce. This 30 minutes just not enough, right? I just want to be patient. It's not enough. Like it can do 3 30-minute red candles in a row and still come back. Boom. I do like the TA being, I'll say the price chart TA being back up here. This line seems to be a line of support and resistance, right? You see it was resistant here. I see support and resistance so clearly and so easily. Sometimes I think I go too fast, people. Clearly this was support until it broke through. And then it came back and was resistance again, right? And now we're running back into resistance combined with, down here. I always say this is the cake. This is the cake, and this is the frosting, okay? So market cipher B down here, the oscillator is the cake, and then I'm looking at the frosting. But I'm also looking at the frosting. There's some pretty pictures up here too, right? You can draw a real cool happy birthday up there. So I am looking at it like, okay, it's called confluence when you have multiple things telling you what you want to do. This is a ticker is relatively bearish. That's why I have a bearish bias on it. If I have a bearish bias overall, I might want to short it. Bitcoin is not giving me the most bearish bias in the world right now because it actually happens to be pumping, right? So I'm like, I don't know. However, Moondag's also looking like it's run out of gas, right? It's running out of gas here. And I might just enter this short for the heck of it. Let's just see, right? Let's just see what happens. A starter position on it. I don't like to average down unless I'm pre-planning that. And in this case, I am pre-planning it. So you know what? We'll go ahead and enter it in Breakout Prop. Let me see the 10-minute. We got a red dot on the 10-minute. You know what I'm saying? 5-minute red dot. Okay, we'll enter it in Breakout Prop. Let me go to Breakout Prop. We'll enter this short here. We're going to go for it. So enter this short in Breakout Prop. I'm going to draw my little, let me come back to TradingView so you guys can see. I'm going to pull this down. I usually like to draw an orange line where I enter here. Boom. Okay. So, where do we put our stop loss, right? Well, the stop loss is going to be above the last swing wick high. So on Breakout Prop, that's right here. It's right above this here, and they tell you the high, 14995. And honestly, I could have done this for intro, but I like going quick, just in case, though, some weird shit happens where they go into maintenance or the internet goes out or whatever. We want to put that in. So Can you guys see that? Yeah. All right. So 14995, really 15, right? So then on here, 15, it tells me it's only a $50 loss. It's not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? $50 loss. Maybe I'd be a little bit higher than that. Let's say like not 155, 151, $100 loss, 1505, $79 loss. So then we hit modify. It even gives me a little bit of wiggle room if, you know, I think the red dot on the on the 1 hour is coming, but maybe I'm wrong for initially, right? I told you I'm a little bit early on this one, right? I like to wait for the the 1 hour red dot, but you know, I'm also, I like shorting this ticker. If I'm wrong, I might get out sooner though than this stop loss up here. You see? You see the resistance on the chart? Yeah, it's clearly bouncing off them some resistance there, right? And I didn't get the perfect entry, but I did you know? So let's see, we're trading view only, right? So here's trading view. We'll zoom in a little bit here. This is the 5-minute chart actually. So 5-minute red, 10-minute red. You see it's slowing down though, right? Look, check this out. We got a little double top right here. This is the 10-minute chart, a little double top here and here. You know what I'm saying? That's looking like resistance for me, right? But I'm also looking at red dots here, momentum down. Again, this is just a 10-minute, but you know, I'm kind of scalping this stuff, right? I'm not really, you know, this ain't no hold overnight type of situation here, right? So I'm looking at this, I'm looking at higher time frames, right? We definitely, this is going to confirm in 18 minutes and 57 seconds, right? That's going to confirm on a 30-minute, you know, eventually the 45 will roll over and then the 1 hour roll over and I'll be home free. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I'm not, that's okay. We've got stop losses. Again, this is not a huge position. So what happens if I'm wrong, right? That's what I'm always at. What happens if I'm wrong? What am I supposed to be doing right now? I got decisions to make, right? So number one, we have a stop loss. So the stop loss is here. So first things first, and you guys, I do this so fast in my brain. I got to slow down here. So right now I'm looking at stop loss at 1.1505. So first things first, I'm gonna draw my line on the chart here. I guess I'll pull up both of these. 1.1505. So I'm gonna draw. I don't like. I mean, we can use the widget. Use the widget. It's just hard. The widget's annoying to me. I don't know why it's always a pain in the ass. We can use the widget, but it's just annoying to me. I don't like it. I just draw my little line. I do this. This is much quicker for me. So let's go like that. My stop loss here. I do it in dark red. 1.505. Boom. That's done, right? So that's like my worst case scenario. We know how much I lose. It's $79. If you just double click on it, right? Double check here. $79.20. Plus the cost of doing business, which is the commission, which is only $3.14. Okay. You know, I just think that risk versus reward, what we call RR, is bigger to the downside, and that is where the widget comes in. The widget, you do the widget, and it'll tell you to do the math for you. The widget is pretty cool, actually. If you guys have the time, maybe because I trade too many tickers, but like, you know, and let's say actually, I'll stick with this blue line as my take profit, this teal line, right? They're showing me the risk versus reward is roughly 4.2. We're looking at a 4-to-1, basically. Risk versus reward, 4.2 is the percentage. Basically, 4 parts win, 1 part loss, right? That's not bad. That's actually really good. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people have a TP1, take profit 1, 2, and 3, whatever. I'm not mad at it because I think this is a bear sticker that wants to go down. If Bitcoin and everything else decides to pump, though, it will go up quick. In which case, we'll get stopped out, and then we'll look for another entry to short it because it's a ticker that I love to short. So that's what I'm looking at on this right now. So we're in a trade. We are in a trade. I'm looking at TradingView right now. Let me go. Let me zoom in. The 1 hour still not cooperating, right? Okay, Bitcoin, actually. So there's Moondeg. So I don't have this. So the way you set this is you double click on it, and then you can actually set the exact numbers, right? So stop level, we said 1. So this is showing me the exact level, and then your entry is right here. And my entry is 14918. 14918, and I'm entering on market order because I don't have time to wait for a limit order to hit on this shit. So then you click on right click on it and then lock it. So now I can move around the screen and I won't move around the widget. Okay, so that's fine. We got the widget in there now. Is this right? What I say is my entry? 14918. Okay, so orange line is my entry. I never actually said it. Oops, about that. It's gonna match 14918. Same thing. Right now it's right on the line between the red and the green, right? So there we go. And now it's telling me it's 3.68 is if it went to here. So you see, you just move it a little bit and it does adjust it a bit. So not quite as good of risk versus reward, but whatever. It's good enough. Anything over 3 to 1 to me is doing pretty damn good. You know, I'll take 2 to 1s. I don't care. At the end of the day, the thing I want to really call out, and look at this. Wow, what is this? APT tanking like a mother. I don't know why APT's tanking, but I wish I stayed in that one earlier this week. That was the moneymaker. That was the moneymaker earlier this week, this APT. I love the short APT. It's so volatile, but it always reverts to the mean, which is the downside. So, okay, so we got this set up. This is where we are. Bada boom, bada bing, right? And we'll let this one ride. I feel confident in this. Now, if I'm wrong, okay, so what are we doing if we're wrong? If we're wrong, right, if Moondeg wants to pump up, right, you got some decisions to make. Well, we just honor, in this case, I probably just honor the stop loss, right? Stop loss is set right here at this line, which is kind of over this hump. You know, if I really want it to be a more of aggressive stop loss, it'd be here, but I kind of want to wait and watch, because if this decides to go up higher, that means the momentum is higher, in which case I can't promise you I don't know where I want to re-enter this. I am a trader who takes what the market gives him, and I take that based upon the momentum waves. Okay, and look, and I can even show, okay, when was the last time this kind of happened where we got the first red dot? I'm gonna look right here, and I'm gonna say, well, we caught one here, and I thought whenever we traded this, somebody thought they were a genius, and then boom, it punched them in the face. You feel me? So this is why I'm not like, okay, I'm sure we're going down from here. I'm never sure. But what I'm watching is momentum waves, and if the momentum decides, which it definitely could decide, that it just wants to do one of these and come like this, okay, I lost my little $79. Now what do I want to do? So this is how I might literally approach this in this exact scenario, okay? I'm looking at Moondeg like, I think this is going to the downside, right? I'm bearish on this ticker short term. It already made a big ass move up, and it'll probably return. However, I mean, similar to how it did here, right? It returned and went back down there, right? I think it's going to happen again. However, if Bitcoin and the overall market all of a sudden to say, hey, we're going to the moon, you know, we're going for that real bounce, you know, then I'm not going to re-enter a short in Moondeg. I'm not doing it. I'm definitely going to wait and watch, or go long something or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I was even quote unquote wrong. I mean, I took profit here, but like Bitcoin looked like it stalled out, but now it's wanting to go higher. You know? And so if I get stopped on a Moondeg, I'm not going to be in a rush to short again. Now, if the overall market if this is Bitcoin, right? If Bitcoin decides to do one of these and it starts pointing back down again, because I'm looking at, you know, 1 hour on Bitcoin coming back down again or something like that. And at the same time, Moondeg decides to do this move, and I got stopped, sure. But now what am I looking at? What does that equal? Wile E. Coyote. Okay? That's what I'm looking at. That's the opportunities I'm looking for on a regular basis. For me, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, when I'm short, I'm like, these shit coins, they'll pump way over their skis, even though the larger market decides to start rolling over. And that's when, imagine, you know, Evel Knievel, whoever, jumping off a cliff, right? Like, if he jumps off his bike and the bike starts falling and he keeps going up, and like, eventually the bike he's gonna catch back up to the bike, he's gonna start going down, right? So, right? So you see, so it's like, this is going like this. Hold on, let me move this. Like, if you see someone jump off a cliff on a bike and they leave the bike, and all of a sudden the bike start going down, but they're going up like this. This Bitcoin is the bike that starts going down, and the guy up here, he think he's going to the moon. Is like, you're gonna fall down too. And that's the Wile E. Coyote trade, and it plays catch up to the downside on price action, and that's when you get those big opportunities. So even right now on Moondeg going this little sideways shit again, I don't even like to trade sideways, because usually there's like some kind of scam wick up and then it comes back down again, which is what I was saying before, Jesse. You know, and that's what I'm looking at on this right now. So if this happens, no problem. But as promised, I'm in a live scalp right now with y'all. And I'm telling you my thought process as we go through it. So, all right, XRPL, is that, you talking about the XPL. Okay, I think I was gonna say XRP Ledger. All right, we can look at XPL real quick. All right, so we're in this one though. We're in this thing, bruh. We are in this one. We're only minus $4, just the entry cost is like 1 pip. So 1 pip is like 1 tick. So, I'm over here. I'm looking at this right here. I'm looking at this. So we're in this one, right? We're gonna let this be. We got a stop loss. I didn't even set the take profit. I didn't even worry about take profit. We'll come back to the take profit. All right, XRPL. Do it, because you don't help me on here. All right, let's check it out. Or not XRPL. XRL. XPL. I would like to look at it on Fimex, but it doesn't really matter that much. Wait, was that down there? I don't know how they determine what order to put this shit in. Here it is. Just because I want to jump in the trade, I want to have the finish. So you want to have the FIMEX chart, whatever exchange you're trading on, you want to have that on your trading view. All right. Okay, so this one, oh, this is new, man. So I got to tell you guys, the new coins you never really know, right? So I'm shorting Aster, you know what I mean? Out of spite, kind of, because my theory was that you got about a week and then everything tanks. Everything's hyped for like a week at tops. Now I know CZ, so it's a little bit higher than most stuff, but I'm currently up 343% on it, so I'm not mad. So Aster is right here. Oh, it's behind my face again on the thing here. But basically, yeah, I'm shorting Aster. All this shit is in the green in FIMEX. These are all shorts except for the Bitcoin long. But I already banked all my profits, so I'm cool. So everything's green on this month. I'm not tripping. But I was telling the group, the profit circle, I was like, man, you know, it's tough when you're looking at these nude coins because you don't have the history. And it's like, is this the hotness because it's just a new booty? Like everybody in crypto is chasing the new booty. Degens, all they want is a new booty. You know what I'm saying? But then what ends up happening is a new booty comes. A new booty comes, and then they start chasing that. And then there's only so much money to go around. They take their profit and they go chase it, throw it at the new booty. And then the people who fell in love with the old new booty end up being the ones getting their heart broken. Okay? So this is just like real life, you know? That's why I'm telling you, I be keeping it real. The people who fall in love with these new bags thinking they're going to the moon because it's the project is going to change the world. Like I said, I heard it all before. They the ones getting hurt the most. So that's why I'm trading, man. You know, what's going up in here? I ain't want to duck in fear. You want to trade memes? Fine. Then here, hold my fucking beer. Long-term utility, they stay fading. So fuck it. I'm making a living off day trading. So how long will this be the new booty? I have no idea, man. It just came out Thursday. I have no idea. There's no history on here. Maybe you have some specific stuff, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, the booty, yeah. I don't know, man. It's the new hotness. If it's the new hotness, all I know is this. You got to have stop losses, no matter what direction you're trading here, right? If you think this is the top, you're going to short it, and you're going to put a stop loss right above the top of this. If you think this is the bottom, what you do is you go long, and then you put a stop loss like right below this wick here. You see what I'm saying? Like this would be like the swing wick low, something like that. That's how you would do it. So you could trade in either direction, and you're gonna have stop loss here, or you're gonna have stop loss here if you want to go long. You know, so that's that. Let me show real quick. Oh, and you know, and here's the thing too, man. Like it's so funny. Crypto Twitter is so funny. I swear to God. They'll see price action and then they rush to, and CNBC does this too, by the way. It's not just crypto. CNBC, mainstream financial news, does this as well. Again, I have a lot of experience, you guys. They see price action and then they want to make a narrative about it after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, it must be because of this. They tell you after the fact. I'm like, man, but you couldn't have said that before. Well, the dollar is strong. Or so-and-so had some news or something. They make up a story afterwards, you know? And I'm like, you know, you can cope however you want. But, like, if you already lost the money or do whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it's good to try to wonder why and shit. But, man, most of this shit is just a casino. Price action is price action, man. More people bought than sold, so it went up. And then more people sold than bought, so it went down. That is true for all of these markets, period. And when people try to argue against that shit, I know that they're drinking a large cup of hopium and they're not using logic and their emotions are all tied up into it. And I can't even talk to them anymore because they're not, you must not like money. I mean, that's what all this shit comes down to for me, right? I'm cured of my hopium addiction, as I put on the top of my Twitter, because like I thought Web3 is going to change the world, and we got like the new internet and all this stuff, and I'm still holding on long-term bags from them, right? That's why I say in my song "Crashing Waves," I'm like, you know, just because I know the future don't mean I'm wishing for it. I got a position for it. You damn right, I'm a giga short it. You know what I'm saying? All anyone could do is play the hand that they dealt you. You don't want to hear the truth? Well, man, I can't help you. Because this shit is a casino now for crypto. That's what they turned it into, man. I can't change that. You know, the thing about the stock market is that it has money flowing into it constantly. See, the stock market has pension flows coming in every single month. So all of us work, anybody works a job, whoever worked a job, all those money is automated going in 401ks and shit. So they have endless supply of money to push the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 higher forever. Crypto doesn't have that. And I know we like to believe, oh, they're going to have ETFs and shit. Well, maybe Bitcoin, but like, just so you guys know, everyone thinks that these ETFs are so bullish. Historically, stock ETFs became kind of like a joke that once something gets an ETF, that's when it's going to tank. Just because you have an ETF doesn't mean it goes up. And the reason why is because the people who make the ETF, they don't only win when it goes up. They win in either direction. They win off the fees, the ETF fees. They just want you to trade it. So usually if it goes up, it's better for them because you're going to get more trading volume if it keeps going up. Obviously, people rush to it and stuff like that. But ultimately, like they don't make money because it goes up as much as they do off the fees. People trade it, and the higher it goes, more people trade it. So just because you get an ETF doesn't mean that like price has to go up and all of a sudden everybody's pension funds are going to flow into it like stock. It doesn't mean that. Stock ETFs all the time are like a death sentence. They used to tank. That was even like even an old joke. Again, I watch a lot of TradFi media as well because I want to know what the hell they're talking about because they're the ones with all the money. Crypto don't got it like that. There's no up only button in crypto. Maybe Bitcoin. That's about it. And when a bear market comes, Bitcoin's going to get hit hard too. There's nothing we can do about it, man, except be realistic and hedge your bets. That's what I was talking about earlier. The strategy is to hedge. If crypto was going up at the same rate as stocks, but then when stocks go down, crypto plummets extra, you got to have a hedge there some kind of way. You feel me? Some kind of way. So anyways, let me see what else. Okay, I did the hi-fi trade, and I'm only got 5 more minutes here, really. So I'm on record that the 75% chance, yeah. Oh yeah, so if anybody thinks that we are, let's see the poll real quick. I'm gonna end this poll here. Let's see the poll. In the poll. I don't know how many voters we got. Everyone thinks that Bitcoin will make another all-time high in 2025. Okay. I think there's 75% chance we don't. But I appreciate the bullishness. Because listen, I want the shit to go higher too. I do. I really do want it to go higher. I don't know if it will. I gotta be realistic. I really don't know if it will. A whole nother one. What I guess my question is what makes it get there? And again, it's crypto. It could happen. Anything could happen. Some weird news, the Bitcoin reserve, that America actually starts buying it, maybe. You know, but we're getting to the point where we need nation states to start buying Bitcoin in order to get some extra real push. I don't know. I'm sitting here looking at Bitcoin at 109,000. Like, that's nothing to sniff at, y'all. We never thought, well, a lot of people, I won't say we never thought Bitcoin would get to 100K, but we sat there and we're like, man, 100K, damn, it seemed like pie in the sky. And this was a short 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? We're sitting at 109,000. We did great. Don't act entitled like Bitcoin's just supposed to run straight to 1 million. There's no reason Bitcoin has to go to 200K this cycle, right? And then even my question always is for the people who say that kind of stuff is, okay, if Bitcoin does get to 200K, then what? We all sell? That was the peak. Get out. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of always weird to me. Like, when we had these predictions, like, okay, well, and then what? It pulls back to 150 or what? You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I'm more of a short-term trader because don't nobody know that far in advance. You know, the markets are weird. Price action is a weird thing. You know, anything could happen. So, anyways, my whole point of this is if you got your long-term bags and you're up on them, one strategy you can do, and I did it with Link. I was holding a fat bag of chain link since 2021. I sold 50% of it at one of the times it is all time. Now, let me see if I drew that on the map. Actually, I want to see if I drew that because I sold it at a great time, man. A great time. I think it was the top, honestly. Half of it though, so I'm not mad if it goes up because Chainlink is a project I believe in. You know, Chainlink can be one of them ones. Like if Web3 ever becomes a real thing, like Chainlink will be integral in that shit. But I don't know if that means it's doing. I don't think Web3 is real this cycle. It's just not. In fact, it's not a matter of opinion. You show me what real Web3 is. It's like basic little startups trying to figure out. We haven't seen like real enterprise use crypto or blockchain. Certainly not crypto. And that's why I got to specify too, crypto. We only make money off crypto. We have the greatest blockchain technology ever. It doesn't really matter if we can't like invest in it, right? As investors, we can't do anything about it. Like, why does the token itself have value? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Oh, I know what I need to talk about. Freaking Solana. I need to talk about this. Okay, so this cycle was ran by meme coins, right? If you remember this too, I've been saying this all week. Okay, how did this cycle start? What was the coin that jumped off this whole cycle? It actually started in 2023. It was Pepe, a fucking meme coin, okay? Pepe is what pumped everything first. And that's when it was like, oh, okay, but then I was on Ethereum, and that's when Solana said, hold my beer. Pump.fum eventually came out, and it was on and popping after that, right? But here's the thing about Solana. If people don't know this, you need to know this, okay? First of all, you know, everybody who bought on Pump.fum and all these coins, they pumped, and then they got rugged, most of them, right? Like literally millions, right? Well, those ruggers all got paid in Solana, right? They all got paid in Solana. So check this out. Here's Solana, right? I'm putting it on the daily. Matter of fact, I'll put it on the weekly, okay? So here's Solana, right? Now, Solana, this is going back to, this is 2024. Oh, I want to go back. Hold on. I have the other Solana. I want to go back all the way to 2021. I'm going to show you something here. Hold on 1 second, because Solana, oh, here it is down here. I need to show you guys this, okay? So this is Solana USD, right? So this is just Solana, the ticker, right? So here's the price. It peaked here in 2021 at about $252, right? Something like that, right? We broke all-time high here and here. We already broke it here, and we're coming back down again, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, look at this. If you click on here, this plus symbol at the top, and we look at Solana market cap, click on this. Look at that. Solana market cap is this pink one. It goes all the way up, way higher. So Solana all-time high market cap here, but we don't get to invest in market cap, y'all. We invest in price. What that tells you is there's a hell of a lot of inflation. This is almost twice as high as this. You see what I'm saying? I think it literally is twice as high right now. So what that means is, over time, if you hold Solana, hodl Solana long term, you're going to lose money, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when the market cap pumps, even there's that much money flowing into it, it's got so much inflation that the price can only pump but so high. So what that tells me is this. I promise you, all of the ruggers and everybody the few people who made all the money off of all the meme coins and scams and everything, their money's in Solana, right? Because that's ultimately their tokens got transferred into Sol, right? When they sold, that's what they're holding their money in. Trust me, they know this chart. They know that Solana tokenomics are bullshit. They know that this is horrendous. This is terrible inflation. You think they're going to hold this all the way through the bear market coming back down here again? Hell nah. They're going to cheat on this shit so bad because they know the game. Just like they cheated, everyone cheated and sold out on all their meme coins and they rugged them. They're all going to be in a rush to not get rugged when they see the end of this cycle, and they're all going to dump. Because they know when you look at this peak, there's no reason to hold this all the way through a bear market. You're going to get crushed, and then you're just crossing your fingers hoping that Solana is the new booty next cycle, which it ain't going to be. It's going to be someone else going to have new booty next cycle, wherever it's mean. Last cycle, it was BNB had all the scam coins. This time, it was Solana. It'll be something else next time, right? So they're going to cheat, and Solana is going to again. Okay? So book that into bold predictions, all right? In my Discord, we have a section called bold predictions, and I'll put this one in there, but anybody is welcome to put in their bold predictions. We don't all have to agree. I don't care if we agree or not. Put them in here. If you end up being right, something I say bold prediction, I mean something months away or something, something that's like, it's a bold prediction. It's not an obvious one. Put it in here. Listen, if you're right, I don't give a damn if I'm wrong. I'm going to give you the credit. Hey, so-and-so called this out months ago, right here in the Profit Circle. There's a date stamp and everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you the credit. I'll put it on Twitter. I'll put it in the group. I'll put it everywhere. It's like, hey, this guy was on his job. We should be paying more attention to him. You feel me? But this is a real thing. This is not a matter of opinion. Okay, this is facts. The market cap went way up and price did not. So, market cap ain't everything. So when people are always talking about the market cap of this and market cap of that, that is a short-term conversation. When you have these meme coins, they're hella small and they go that. But it's funny to me because people who are smart enough to know how markets work, they still talk about it like that's the end all be all that matters. I'm like, you guys, like, you must know that you're thinking about this like short-sightedness. You're not looking at a long-term plan here. Like this, your little shit coin is not going to all of a sudden take over, Web3 or something. You know what I mean? Like, that remains to be seen. I'll believe it when I see it. Let me put it to you that way, right? Do I still believe in Web3 could be a thing? Of course. It should be a thing. But like now that we got all this noise and all this stuff breaking the market up, it's pretty much guaranteed it's going to be a crash. And Solana will be the one to lead it all the way back down. That's my 2 cents on it. And you better be positioned for it. That's all I'm saying. I like scalping short term, so all of these long-term opinions don't even freaking matter. I don't care. My emotions are not attached to them. I don't have to be right. I'd rather be rich than right. I say it all the time. So that's what we're looking at today. That's pretty much it for the Come Up With Your Boy Cassius Cuvée. The main point was, don't be afraid to hedge your bets. Because if we have seen the top, you don't want to have 100% of your chips on the table and you got to ride them all the way down through a whole other bear market. And ain't no telling if they ever come back. I'm trying to keep you from getting wrecked. And that is my whole passion, man. We can make money a million different ways in the market, but if you lose all your money, you're out of the game forever. So that's what I'm always trying to do, is make sure you don't get wrecked. Appreciate you, Jesse, man. First one to show up and the last one to leave. That's all I got for you guys today. It's to Come Up With Your Boy Cassius Cuvée. I always keep it real with you. 7 days a week in the Profit Circle. We in there 7 days a week. Short-term opportunities, longer-term opportunities, whatever you're seeing. And listen, too, even if you don't do all the verification, become a verified wave maker, you can still put your trade setup in the general chat. I'll look at it. Maybe someone else in the group will look at it, tell you our honest thoughts. I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm going to be like, ooh, you're going long there? You shorting there? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm saying this is what I'm seeing on Market Cypher. This is how I would approach it. Or, you know, oh, you're up this much, take some profit. You know what I mean? Like, it's not financial advice, but I'll give you my opinion. You don't have to agree. It's okay. Nobody's feelings are getting hurt. We're real traders in there. We're trying to make some money here. You know what I'm saying? This ain't like attached to my religious beliefs. You know what I mean? So let's get this money, y'all. Have a great rest of your weekend. Sunday fun day. Appreciate you all set. Jesse, Cervanto, all of y'all in the profit circle, man. Let's keep winning. Join the group. Make sure you like the stream, by the way. If you could like it, share it with your friends. Crypto Plumber, you have a good one as well, y'all. And we out here, man. That's the profit circle. Is to come up with your boy Cassius Cuvée.